What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization V AI only world battle with the historic spawn dates mod. Although everyone has spawned in now, this has turned into a really interesting campaign. I'm really enjoying it. It's been much more fun than the Europe campaign, so hopefully it gets as much exposure as the Europe campaign did. That'd be awesome. But Assyria did finally hold on to this city. Don't know what China are doing, but they're moving some units through India. China, of course, wrapped up Mongolia last video, so now they are going to arise as a power in the world, just like Persia have. And I think the Aztecs will soon overtake both of them in due time, but that's not happened just yet. Rome also still being very quiet in southern Europe, I guess you'd say. Southern Central Europe, I don't know, something like that. I guess that's what you call it. And they're the only European civ, technically, I mean, yeah, the only civ with a city in mainland Europe, or Europe in general, that has an air force, so we could see how useful that's going to be. Of course, Poland is still collapsing. It looks like Sweden is going to take Berlin after already taking Warsaw. Of course, Russia took Krakow. Be much easier for the border gore if it was the other way around, but whatever. I don't want to vote to embargo Greece. I thought there was someone else getting embargoed. What happened? Wasn't someone else being embargoed? Oh yeah, I think it was someone that's been destroyed. Oh yeah, Mongolia were going to be embargoed, but they're gone now. They're dead. Let's check up on Indonesia, who are just quietly doing their own thing out here in Indonesia. Siam, lots of elephants. I mean, what are you going to do against Persia's planes and guns with elephants? And look at all these Chinese battleships making their way round the coast of Southeast Asia. Denmark is still just fine in southern India, which probably annoyed the Persians a bit, and it may give Arabia a chance to go to war with someone though. The big thing with Rome, don't forget, is all of these cities in Africa, which are really starting to turn into good cities now. 12 population here. They've got, do they have the Lake Victoria wonder? Yes, they do. Obviously this city, 7, 8 population, 8, 4 now here, lots of resources. That's really going to be helping them in Europe in particular, where I think we could see them go into a war soon with someone. Maybe the Danish, because they're protected here by the Alps, and they could take Vienna pretty easily. Ooh, new ideology. And Korea has joined India with freedom. So China, the Order nation, the leader of Order, Greece has now been embargoed, is surrounded by the two freedom nations. And to the south it's got the autocratic leader of the world, I guess you could say, autocracy leader. Carthage and Greece have peaced out. Nothing happened as expected. Morocco and Songhai aren't doing anything just yet. They've both picked up cities from the Europeans in the last video to strengthen themselves in Africa, as we start to see the African nations do a little bit better. And I don't know whether the Roman colonies are going to remain Roman. Because don't forget, if Rome's happiness drops too low, I'm not 100% what it is. It might be really high now. It was low earlier. If their happiness drops too low, I mean, 2 at the moment. In fact, I mean, it's got to be minus 20. But then we could see some revolts. But I mean, that's probably not going to happen. Russia had negative happiness though. And it looks like it will be Sweden to take Berlin and remove Poland. See, I don't know how long it will take for Russia and Sweden to break out into a war, seeing as Russia probably want Warsaw, and Sweden probably want Krakow as well. Sweden probably want it less, because they've still got a way to get to Warsaw. Russia won't be able, unless, oh no, they do have open borders, but maybe they could live with just open borders, as France and Denmark have, where they're all interlinked. Celts just silently building up on the British Isles. It'd be nice to see the Celts come in, maybe do what Britain did in the last campaign, where they just sort of came through the Baltic Sea. I mean, Britain did really well to get all the way down to sort of this area from just pushing through the Baltic Sea. That was pretty incredible. What's Spain? Spain have been very quiet. They've been cut off finally by England and Morocco, so all their frigates are sort of stuck here. So who are they going to target? Are they going to go for York? Are they going to go for Porto? They could go for either if they were to have a war, but it doesn't look like they're interested. As where are these Chinese ships going? I'm not sure where these Chinese boats are going, because I mean, the Chinese army is clearly going somewhere through India. I don't think China and India are at war. My missing, like, no, because surely they'd be attacking by now. India is at war with Poland. So okay, so who is China? going after. At war with Assyria. Ooh, okay, and Ethiopia as well. The boats may be going... Yeah, the boats are definitely going for this city. And the units up here are coming to go for this Assyrian city that India never took in the first... There we go. Songhai v Morocco. We could see a power arise from Western Africa if one of these is to win easily. And Spain joining in from the north. If they send units through, they could definitely help out here. Spain also declared war on Arabia. That's not too important. Who's going to win this? I mean, let's quickly look. Military manpower. So, Songhai and Morocco. I feel like they'll be in the top 15. Maybe not. Morocco 15th. Morocco have 146,000. Oh, dang it. Morocco have 146,000 men. The Songhai only have 128,000. But they are going to be backed up by the 8th most powerful military in the world, the 190,000 of Spain. Now Persia, oh okay, so Korea and Spain v Arabia, not too important. Persia v Arabia, if the AI can do a successful naval invasion, that would be incredible, because the AI barely does successful naval invasion, only when Britain did it, and I guess Sweden kind of technically did it here, but they stole it. Russia did all the hard work. If they take Berlin, then credit Sweden did it as well. But if Persia can do this, and they've got that tech boost, but without a navy, it's going to be tough for Persia. They don't have any battleships. Unless, yeah, the Chinese are definitely going for Ethiopia, I think. Or maybe someone else. They would have turned, although the frigates are over here. Maybe they're going to help out the Zulu. But yeah, don't forget, Persia actually saying they need a navy. These great war bombers can hit Damascus. And once they've grabbed Damascus, the first city, it'll be pretty easy to land their units and probably walk over Arabia. What matters now is whether Babylon are going to join in. Maybe Ethiopia. But definitely Babylon is an important one, as China look to be going for Assyria. But I don't really know why the AI would do that. They're pretty exposed now. Korea, and with their naval units away, if Korea can get a peace deal with Polynesia or Japan, whoever it is, that are attacking each other's boats. I think it's this Polynesian privateer. It would be difficult, but Korea could have some success. Some. Not hugely. If they took Beijing, that'd be pretty big. But they could definitely give it a go, since the Chinese military is going to take at least probably 5-10 turns to get back. The navy's out in the middle of the Indian Ocean. By the way, Spain have just settled this little island northeast of Madagascar, where they already have Cordoba settled. This is a big war. I mean, the Songhai alone won't be able to win it. If Spain is attacking Porto, so that's going to leave Spain distracted. And as it stands, if a distracted Spain means an outnumbered Songhai, Polynesia and Byzantium joining in, that's not going to matter. Byzantium and Carthage piecing out. Byzantium have done very well to survive here. I think the borders of other nations have actually made it harder for people to take out Byzantium. The actual growth of Assyria and Greece have made it difficult. So, Berlin is going to fall. Is it going to be to Sweden? Are France going to jump in late? Are the Danish going to jump in late? I don't think so. But, wow, that was quick from Spain. Boom, and there we go. Now that's Spain back with access to the Atlantic Ocean. Are we going to see them come down here through their colony to support the Songhai, or are they just going to stop now? That's the question. Russia, again, another nation, autocracy here. And Berlin. This is probably the last turn for Poland. Just going to make it all a bit easier on the processing of turns, so, you know, that's not the end of the world. You know, if someone would take out England, Portugal, all the one city civs, this campaign would go a little bit quicker. No one sent anything more over yet towards Australia, just that one Aztec city, which is doing pretty well. Anyway, there we go. Sweden grab Berlin. That's 2 holds in mainland, or main Europe. Obviously in real life it is still mainland Europe, but this map it is not. It's just a separate island. Sweden, Berlin and Warsaw, the capitals of Poland, which means technically Sweden, now with 2 former capitals, means that Sweden are joint with, I think, with Persia for control of, no, who had, someone else, joint with the Aztecs in the lead for a domination victory with the most capitals under their control. Don't think Sweden are going to win, just to Small feeling, I think Russia is probably going to take Warsaw in a war very soon. Whether they'll hold on, maybe Krakow will go the other way. I think that's how it could go. And there we go, Persia with some success. Persia finally flexing their muscles with so much growth. I think they're probably, the AI is probably feeling the threat, seeing the Aztecs doing so well in the info addicts. Obviously, the AI itself doesn't really care the fact that the Aztecs and Persia will probably never get into a war. So they're thinking, oh, we need to do something. And Arabia is a nice little civ no one's going to care about. They'll probably go for Denmark as well in the not too distant future. Ooh, Babylon v Arabia. Now, Rome cuts them off, but that's a bad sign when Babylon are declaring war on you. So the Songhai are struggling here, but the Spanish are sending some units down, some reinforcements. I don't know whether we'll be seeing any naval help though. This navy looks like it's happy to sit here. Spain just happy to take Porto, the former Portuguese city, and grow even stronger in Iberia. Someone needs to stand up to Rome, although Rome haven't, other than was Hamburg was a German city, and yeah, and Rome and Poland, Rome snuck in at the last minute to take it. But other than that, the only and I guess this was a former Greek city. Rome have not been aggressive for a long time since they took these two Greek cities. Venice, that was a long time ago now. We're talking maybe 100 turns plus ago. So Rome have been very quiet, just doing their thing. I think they could win. But my pick of France is definitely not going to win. Unless they take out England. Do it. Please. Also, I think the Aztecs, I don't know who they're getting ready for a war with. Either the Iroquois or America. It doesn't look like they've got a collection of units. They've got a very big navy in the Pacific of frigates. Once they become battleships, Polynesia should be worried. Japan should probably be worried as well. More and more people were exploring out towards Australia. Let's hit next turn. How are the Zulu doing? They failed against Ethiopia. Carthage, you got riflemen. Good on you, Carthage, for keeping this colony. Don't know how long Carthage will survive. Carthage is a nice city as well. 20 population. There'll be some civs in Europe that would love to, especially Rome, Spain probably would love to have this city under their control. For Rome, it would mean dividing the Mediterranean between East and West, which would be, and obviously they have control on who gets in. At the moment, Morocco can let people in, but it's up to Rome to fully let them in. So, the Songhai have split their forces too much. They're probably not going to have any success. And that power in the West is not going to happen. The Songhai haven't been smart, and it's cost them. How is this invasion going? Looks like if they can get their air force involved, their planes are over here. What are they doing over here? Persia have some massive cities. 22, 24, 27. I think 31 Beijing is the largest city. Mumbai here, 27. Don't think anyone's close to 31 anywhere else. Doesn't look like Edinburgh's at 20. Paris 24. Yeah, no one's close to 31. That's some huge population. Maybe Babylon? No, no one. That's insane. Maybe someone over here. Let's just check quickly, just to be sure. 31, 22 is the biggest over here. 23. Yeah, okay, 31 is pretty big. So yeah, okay. Credit to Beijing. So, are Persia going to have more success? They need to get their other Great War bombers over here helping out, because all the Arabian units are coming to defend. And 3 Great War infantry isn't going to be enough to take out a whole nation, no matter how far behind they are technologically. And also Babylon must be thinking about it. Surely, Babylon. I mean, maybe they don't want to increase their border tension with Persia. Maybe that's what's going on here. You know, they don't want to get too involved with Persia. A bigger border wouldn't help Babylon really. China and Assyria, oh my god, China walked all the way over here and they peaced out. God dang it. Sometimes the AI, very stupid. Anyway, 6 planes now. Are they all 5 Great War bombers? It's big for Rome. They could definitely do damage to someone. Oh, there we go. Also, Rome got a wonder. That is a surprise. Persia have been dominating. Persia have declared war on Carthage. That's not going to matter. But the Zulu v Carthage. is going to matter when they send their units over, but for now it's going to take a few turns to get over there. Rome that's a big advantage for Rome actually. Got planes down in their colonies, so they'll be able to do well just using their air force down here. There we go. Wait, no, that's not important. No, India have planes as well now. India versus Denmark isn't going to matter. I was going to say India v Denmark's big, but then Persia v Denmark would be big because that would be the end of this city. And Medina in the red. So Persia, I mean, they're using artillery as well, really well. They're just ignoring the Arabian units here. They're just going to carve straight through for Mecca, the holy city of Islam. Now, obviously, Persia don't actually have a religion in their capital, so they didn't form one. But they do have Hinduism's holy city already under their control in Delhi. So that would be interesting to see. Anyway, Denmark has peaced out with Assyria. Oh, okay, that was kind of important, but there's a mountain in the way, and Vienna is so small, it would be difficult for anyone but Rome to take. What are the Swedish doing just coming through here? What are you doing? What are you doing, Sweden? Ooh, Russia, Denmark, they have a one-tile border. I think someone else must be thinking of joining in. There's no way Russia and India would go alone. And there we go, Persia, some success in the southern Arabian Peninsula. Damascus and Medina now under their control, and Mecca's probably going to be next. This is Babylon's last chance. They've got to join in now. The Celts have joined China, and who else was it? Where am I going? Wrong thing. Here we go. The Celts have joined China and the Mayans with order, which isn't good for their happiness. But anyway, Persia, 20 civs now influential with. They're starting to pull away. 20 out of 33. As more civs get destroyed, they're going to get closer and closer. Here. Okay, the Zulu won't have got closer yet, but they've got an army ready. Looks like they're going to go after Gades of Carthage, and once that's in the Zulus' control, Rome is the only really option that can be successful. They've struggled against Ethiopia. I think then Rome will become a genuine target for the Zulu, which is pretty interesting. Going to be interesting. What is going on out here? Oh, the Mayans have planes. So everyone's sort of starting to move into that world. The sort of mid-tier civs are now starting to move into that region where they're going to get planes, great war bombers, and battleships soon. Oil is going to become a thing. The Aztecs are definitely very close, yet they're there. The Aztecs must be starting to pull very close to Persia and the rest of the leaders now, such as Babylon. Babylon probably starting to fall behind if they don't do something soon. They only have 3 cities, so to be where they are, they've done really, really well. Anyway, I think at the moment Persia are just holding on to these 2 cities as they move their planes over into the Arabian Peninsula before they get ready to take out Mecca, which will give them a huge border with Babylon. So that will probably tense things up. If Persia were to take out Babylon, that would be, even if they just took this city of Babylon, that would be game changing. It would probably be victory Persia, I feel. Like, I don't know, the Aztecs are, gotta be honest, I think when we do the info addicts, the Aztecs probably by then, by turn 400, 450, wherever we go to, the Aztecs will have probably pulled enough of a lead to say they've won. But I think they've been pretty boring, you know, they've had an easy job. So Persia, on the other hand, I mean, they've not had the hardest of jobs. They took out India, and that's about it. But, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I was going to say I feel like Persia deserve it more for entertainment, but they haven't done that much. They've just sort of sat there and been scary. Now's the first thing they've really done since taking the Indian capital. And it wasn't like they crippled India. India is still alive and very strong to their north. If they made a move against... Oh yeah, Babylon do have this city. I should point that out. I forgot about that. But yeah, that would be quite a move. England are still alive somehow. Just going to keep mentioning it. Boom. Spain has also... Spain go in order. So Morsi is starting to move away from autocracy, which is going to help those happiness problems for the order and freedom nations. Spain's quite a big one. Morocco, that Songhai, they're going to take their first Moroccan city and open up a border between themselves and Carthage, which would make a war between those two much easier. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. As always, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.